Good afternoon, traders. This is Michael James with Uncharted Profits Daily. We've got another fantastic trade setup for you today, this time on Block Inc., the stock formerly known as Square, symbol SQ, which today closed significantly higher alongside the general market, which absolutely burst into the stratosphere on what else but really just bullish exuberance following yesterday's rate hike pause, which caught some traders by surprise due to the fact that the Fed also announced that it was likely going to raise rates another 2 times this year, effectively guaranteeing we'd see no cuts. At least that's the plan for now. The market really didn't buy that, or so it seems, based on today's rally. And so many market-leading stocks still look extremely overbought. So does the general market. It went from overbought to even more overbought as stocks started to form a blowout top here. That being said, there are still some nice bullish opportunities on stocks that have really not done all that well in recent months. Block Inc. is a great example of that. This looks pretty good, the rally right here, but if you zoom this chart out, you can see that this stock is still down in the dumps compared to where it used to be back in 2021 before this bear market really crushed Block and drove it into the dirt. Now, though, for short-term traders, long-term Block Inc., formerly Square shareholders, it looks like it may be a while before you make your money back. But short-term traders do have a nice bullish opportunity here, regardless of what's going on with the general market, because this thing kind of moves on its own. And so Block Inc. took out its minor bearish trend right here after coming into contact with the upper Keltner channel. You can find that bullish trend by going to the standout high, the swing high, tracing down as many candlesticks as possible, and you can see, obviously, Block closed above that trend line today, in addition to the 10-day moving average, this purple line running up and down the chart. But before we get into the specifics of this trade and the rest of the other reasons why it's such a nice bullish setup, let's take a look at something going on with the VIX that's a little intriguing considering what happened this afternoon. Okay, so here we have the VIX. We looked at this back here on June 12th when the VIX rallied around 8%. I said that's usually a sign that stocks are not going to hold on to their gains. Well, obviously that did not happen. Stocks surged today, and again, they were up over the last 2 sessions as investors geared up for the Fed hike, or I should say the Fed pause, followed by the updated dot plot that showed us we're probably getting 2 more hikes according to the Fed's plans. The market today, though, said, to heck with that. We don't think you're actually going to do what you're saying. We expect a full-out pause, potentially even cuts here if things get bad enough with the economy, and stocks rallied. But the VIX jumped up again, and the VIX usually doesn't go up when a sustainable move emerges. Now, the VIX has become less accurate over the last year due to zero DTE, or zero data expiration options. That being said, the VIX is still pretty useful when it comes to looking at blowout tops and high volatility days and whether or not these moves will stick. Today was such a huge gain at the top of already an amazing rally short term that the rise in the VIX may signal a changing of the tides. We also had a VIX close above the 10-day moving average, this purple line, which may be a sign of a VIX reversal, which could coincide with an equity sell-off. Which might mean for traders, you may want to stay away from some of those market-leading names and instead focus on stocks like Block, which have kind of disconnected over the last few months with the general market. But before we get into the specifics of what's going on with Block, I do want to remind you that the methodology we're using here to look at this stock is the same methodology I use when I make my Uncharted Profits Daily alert recommendations that I send out every day after the market closes through email. In order to receive those alerts, all you have to do is click the link in the description on this video. You'll be presented with this page here. You can see this button, hand-delivered free daily trade alerts. Click that button, fill out this information, click Get Free Alerts Now, and the next time the market closes, you'll have an alert waiting for you that afternoon. Okay, now back to Block. Like we said, it closed above this minor bearish trend. It closed above the 10-day moving average, the purple trend line. It's trading above the 20, this orange line running up and down the chart, which I love to see. It also set a higher low here at the low from June 14th. You can see that right there relative to this low back here from May 30th. That is beautiful. Love to see higher lows on bullish continuations. And Square made a big move rallying off this low from May 15th. Another prerequisite of a bullish continuation trade. I want to see a big move before I take a chance on a continuation trade. And sure enough, going from the low here to the high, the swing high back there, a move of 22%. That's a big move. good enough to pass my threshold. But despite this big rally today, the stochastic indicator at the bottom of the chart here is still reading at 56.05. It's below 60. If you watch my other videos, you know that when I look at bullish continuation setups, I really want to see that stochastic indicator below 60. A lot of traders will take trades below 80. Any reading over 80 is considered overbought. Not good enough for me. I need that reading below 60 because I want this stock to have enough momentum to punch through resistance here at this swing high from June 7th. That is so important. And if you take a trade where the stochastic indicator is higher, it might run out of spit by the time it hits resistance. So very important to see that stochastic indicator reading below 60. That's huge. Finally, we got the 3-day moving average, this red line. I've talked about this before. It did cross below and up over the 10-day moving average here, which is not ideal, but in general, it's made big moves where it stayed below and stayed above the 10 SMA. And just recently, for a prolonged period of time, it did not cross below at this time, and I really don't want to see flip-flopping between the 10 and the 3, and we really don't have that outside of this little dip lower here, which was a higher low. And so combined, those are all great reasons why you may want to consider a bullish trade on this setup. Should block take out today's high, potentially run above resistance right here on to greener pastures as part of it, what could be a pretty big move no matter what happens with the general market. Now, if you like this setup and you'd like to receive my Uncharted Profits daily alerts directly to your email, along with specific entry price recommendations like for this trade right here, just go to the link in the description on this video. It'll take you to this page right here. Click this button, hand-delivered free daily trade alerts. Fill out this information and click Get Free Alerts now. I send these out every day the markets are open with my #1 trade alert for the day. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. This has been Michael James. Good trading. I'll see you guys next time.